to speak tonight about innovation and deep tech. And we have with us Marius. So Marius is a startup owner, startup advisor, investor, future VC, and a lot of things. So if you see Marius around, just speak with him. He has a lot of insights, ideas, and so on. But before we are going to speak with Marius, we are going to use this piece of paper. So we are going to play a game, all of us. As I'm a professor in the best faculty in Polytechnica, the Faculty of Electronics. No? Nobody? No? Jokes are not the same. So, and usually, you know, students are not, don't have papers on them. So it's always good to have a paper. But we are going to play a game. So in order to play this game, all of us are going to sit up, stand up. Yes, 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 I see the passion in the back, the passion, I want to see the passion. Yes, yes. Everybody stand up? No, it was like a. So you all have a piece of paper, and yes, everybody has a piece of paper, perfect. So we are going to create a boat. So we are going to create a boat after a boat. So first, fold the piece of paper half. Yes, everybody? Yes, you are startup owners, of course, this is easy for you. The piece of paper. Now we are going to take the corners and fold them here to the middle of the paper. Corner, paper. Yes. So this is the first test for the investors, you know? They want to see that you can build something. Did you make it? Yes. In the back, did you make it? Yes. Hands up. Yes. Woo-hoo. Oh my God. We are going to fold it like this. And then we are going to fold it like this. And we are going to take the corners. We are going to take the corners and put it like this. So fold also these corners here, yes? Yes? Everybody? In the back, did you make? Oh, okay, we have. Okay, perfect. Yes, now fold it like this. Here, these ones, fold it like this. Yes, you made it. Woohoo! Yes. So clap. You are so good at building things. Very good. Now. A little bit quiet. Okay. So you are a captain of this boat. So you are the captain, right? Like a owner of the startup. So you are a captain of this boat, yes? And the boat is going through a sea. Let's pick a sea. A sea. Tell me the name of a sea. The Black Sea, of course. Yes. Because we are from Romania. We don't know other seas. Ooh, and the boat is going. Yes, everybody after me. The boat is going. I want the boat. Ooh. Yes. And the wind is coming. Everybody after me. And the boat is going, and the wind. And unfortunately, a piece of the boat gets trashed. So everybody has to, yes, just rip it like me, a piece of the boat. But the captain, so you are the captain, and the captain still can pilot the boat. So the boat is going. But the wind is, everybody. But now the ravens are coming. Everybody, I can hear you. But the captain, so the boat is now losing Another part. Yes? Yes? Did you lose it? Yes, yes. It's good, perfect. But the captain still is going with the ship. It's going, the wind is blowing, everybody. And the ravens, cra, 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 cra. But now a thunderstorm is coming. Yes, yes. And in the end, the captain loses the other part of the boat, and the boat is drowning. The boat is drowning. But now the helicopters are coming. Yes, the helicopters are coming. The firefighters, whatever, are coming. And they are looking for the captain. And the captain is alive. Why do you think the captain is alive? He didn't sleep in the ship. No, he's always staying on the ship. It's the captain. Do you know why the captain is alive? Because he has a life vest. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Perfect. And the question for you is, how is this story related to innovation and deep tech? So you can sit now. You can sit now. One of you can answer, and after that we are going to ask Marius. So, how do you think this story is related to innovation and startups? Who is trying an answer? Going once, going twice, an answer. Yes, you should. Yes. Shh. Shh. Okay. So we build, failed, then with the failed experiences we can build something else. So this is an answer here. Other answers. We pivot. Yes, so we can pivot, of course. We have a boat, but the boat is a life vest. Other answers. We don't know. It's a stupid game, yes. Perfect. So I'm here with Marius, and because Marius is so an important person, I have also questions for him. But so we are going to speak tonight about innovation and deep tech. So you heard innovation, like the word, and also you heard deep tech, but also maybe innovation is not always associated with deep tech. So Marius, if you can enlighten us, why innovation goes hand in hand with deep tech, and there is also other type of innovations that are not deep tech? And you can also present yourself however you want.
Sure. So first, I'm an engineer with some experience in founding startups and some experience in managing innovation projects, some experience in funding. I am part of Innovation Lab since, I don't know, Flavia, help me here,
Since when you're like not ball?
Since the beginning, maybe, I don't know. And also part of the board of Innovation Labs. My latest activity is in international screening of innovation projects and different startups that look at so innovation based on research. So yeah, this is my kind of my background. I think that is not really important, and it's at least first of all, congrats on being on Innovation Labs. I think this is amazing. Yeah, it's great to see year over year more people joining the program and better startups each year. So congrats on that, and you are doing a great job. I mean, it's 8 in the evening and you are here listening to me, so.
So congrats.
Yeah. Why would you do that? So the question was deep tech.
Deep tech.
Deep tech.
Innovation. Deep tech,
Deep-
innovation. No, deep tech. What's the difference? If there is a difference.
So sure. If you go on the theory side of things, you have open innovation, incremental innovation, breakthrough innovation, which I think they are self-explanatory. No, you have small steps that change or alter a product, make it better or more efficient or cheaper, and that's incremental innovation. And you have breakthrough innovations that can actually change, disrupt, or even create markets, create new needs, or solving world issues. When we are talking about deep tech innovation, mainly we are talking about research-based innovation. So an innovative product or service or technology that is based on research. And mainly, if you want, as an example, you have, for example, the studies of new materials. As you know, in microchips, for example, because you have an electronics professor here, we are kind of limited in terms of how big the processor can get, and that's due to the materials that we use. But if we are able to create a new material, then that can be called a breakthrough innovation or deep tech technology. Another so something closer to what we live today is AI. When I was in university, and this was a long, long time ago, we were studying AI, which is nothing compared with what AI is today. So it took probably 15 years. So this is, I think, a huge component of deep tech innovations is the time from research and development to the actual market and the amount of money that is needed to be invested in it and the actual impact of it. Nowadays, AI is in almost everything, and it is not a question of new technology from the deep tech point of view. It's a commercial technology already. And please ask any questions anytime. We don't have to answer only his questions.
Yes, because mine are prepared. So questions, yes, I like questions because often students are not coming to classes to put questions. So questions, yes, in the back. I see a hand raised there in the back. Yes. No, it's not working. So who is doing like a deep tech, or who is branding his startup as a deep tech startup? Raise your hands up in the air. Yes, yes, you? Perfect. Why do you think it's deep tech? Loud. Ah, you have a microphone. Yeah, this is deep tech.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're developing new computer
Louder.
vision
Louder,
models.
yes.
We're developing new computer vision models, and basically that's why. And also we're doing on-edge inference for those models, and I think this qualifies as a deep tech technology.
Okay. So you are developing your own computer vision models using AI. I understood correctly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is why you think it's deep tech. So what do you think? Is deep tech?
I think it's using a technology that is, qualified as deep tech, but it's not a deep tech startup. Maybe I need to learn more about it to actually have an opinion. But this is like the first, my first, 2 words that I can say. But so think about this. When you are thinking about deep tech and technologies that need a lot of research and development, I can give you, so what is achievable for us, for Romania, for our country, for our region here. Think about the ELI project, the Extreme Light Infrastructure Lasers in Magurele. We have the technological capacity to create breakthrough innovations using that. Just because that kind of research infrastructure is not available anywhere in Europe at this point, and I think that not even in US. So this is the kind of deep tech that I'm looking at, something that can cure cancer in 10, 15 years, where you can apply technology to life sciences, like health.
That's what we're doing as well.
Louder, please.
I said that that's what we're doing as well. We're applying it into mental health, autism field.
Oh,
We really can't.
it should be louder.
Yeah, sorry, I just drank a coffee. And
Yes, yes, put a cup.
so we're applying it into mental health, autism, and we're basically combining this AI computer vision with the mental health field.
Okay.
And we also want to do it on edge devices, which means that we basically need to have the models that are very small that can and do inference in a very accurate way. So I do believe that it qualifies as a deep tech startup, because in order to develop this technology, you will need quite a lot of infrastructure.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
I
we
think
will,
that
we will volume up a bit the room, because I think it's better than nothing.
Yes.
Uh,
Let's see what's better than nothing. Okay, this is better than nothing.
Well, yeah, but on that side is a bit hard
Okay.
to comprehend.
Now we can disturb UPB or Polytechnica.
or what's the name nowadays?
Where is the dean? No. Perfect. So,
I think you can say maybe.
Yeah, say it
the
again.
last part.
Okay, yeah, now it feels
Oh.
better. So we're basically combining the mental health and the AI fields. We are trying to identify autism early on by using computer vision, and we do this on edge devices. And we need to have these models, these computer vision models that can do inference at a fast speed, and they should be very small. So we need infrastructure for that. We need to build this on our own infrastructure. So I think this qualifies as deep tech, as I know from what I know that deep tech means. But maybe you can describe it a bit better so I understand where I'm wrong.
So just to put it in the more general terms that I can, using new available intellectual property to develop a product or a service that is identified as a need or that can create a need. That's also possible. So yeah, if you can put it in that, I'm sure that. But I would also like to learn more about it, and maybe we can talk.
Now
after.
I can't hear you.
I said. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I definitely want to learn more about your startup, and maybe we can talk later about it. So, so I can better.
Okay, yeah,
Perfect.
because I'm really interested about it, because I knew some people said that it's a deep tech startup, others said that it's not, and I'm curious about the classification. So
yes, in between.
We also,
Yes.
we also have a question from online.
Online questions.
Yeah, from Mr. Marius. This
Yes.
is how is it written?
No,
Yes.
there's no
How
Mr.
important? How important the ideal startup team looks like? How important is the team behind the product to the kind of work you are doing?
The kind of work that I'm doing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you are doing?
So I
first?
think the most
Yeah.
important, the most important thing in a business, it's the team, always, and it's very important to be a complementary team, a team that can actually deliver, and if they cannot deliver, they can pivot, and if they cannot, they will learn from their failure and start again. And I think you can learn a lot from failure and very less from
Yes.
success.
We saw that. You can learn from failure.
Then again, I think that you are at the age where you can fail and it's really nothing for you, which is great. But it's important to actually learn something from that failure, because you can also fail and learn nothing. And then it's just wasted time. So I think, in my opinion, the team is one of the most important components of a startup. Of course, you'll have the business model, the actual market size, targeted market, and all of that. And also, you have money are important, but there is also a component that people don't take into account, always, and that is timing. And I think this is also very, very important when you are building a startup, that timing is, I mean, timing can break it for you. You know, you can make it due to timing, or you can actually fail due to timing. So this is also something very important.
regarding-
I hope that I answered that.
Yes, you answered it.
Thank you, Razvan.
So regarding timing, for a deep tech startup, so usually the deep tech startups take a long time to develop, if we speak about new materials, new drugs, and so on. So what's timing for them? Because timing for a software company, it's like 1 year they should be on the market because everybody is there already. But for this deep tech deep tech startups, what should be like an average timing, not to fail or not to be behind the market, so still to stay on top of the trend, but also you need the time to develop and so on because you are a deep tech startup. So we can do like a quiz. So what do you think? So everybody, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Yes, 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 I'm here, I'm here. Can you see me? In the back, can you see me? After the laptops, it's a man. Yes, I'm that. Okay, perfect. So how much do you think a deep tech startups takes to go to the market? Who votes for 3 years? Who votes for 5 years? Somebody is voting for. Yes, we have the researcher voted for 5 years. Who votes for 10 years? Okay, and the other ones voted for 100 years or what? Or, okay, and now on Jeopardy, let's hear the expert.
So that's a good question, and most of you.
Thank you.
Most of you were right. Just because, yeah, if you go from 5 years up, I think that you are mainly right. And it depends on the area and domain that you are developing the startup in. Because if you are talking about technology in pharma, for example, that will need 10 to 15 years until they go through all the processes available to reach the market. But if you are talking about a new way to cool the quantum computers, then you will have a 5-year span easily. So it depends on what area and domain you are looking to develop your startup. And there is something that we don't usually talk about, and we should. Building a startup is not the only way to monetize knowledge. And it's actually the riskier way and the one that fails usually. And just because if you're looking at a deep tech startup, you'll see guys with PhDs and people that are really invested in research, which is great, but they usually don't have the qualities that you need to sell a product or to actually to manufacture a product. And there are a lot of great researchers that come up with great ideas, and they actually prove that they are right. This is where the step of proof of concept comes from. Once you have a proof of concept and you are able to protect your intellectual property, you can license it to others that know how to produce it. And that's also success. You can sell the rights to be commercialized. You can sell the knowledge to be able to be applied into an industry or another. And that can bring you revenues in royalties that a company won't. Mm-hmm. So this is another aspect that you should all take into account when you think about creating a product. And this is from my own experience. I started a company where I wanted to build a product, manufacture it, and sell it. I failed on the manufacturing and selling part because I didn't know how to do it. We had a great team in research and development, and based on that, we created we made the proof of concept, we made the MVP, and we created the intellectual property to be sold to a manufacturer that know how to build the product, and which is much better, easier, and healthier for a team than to actually go and try to build the qualities or try to acquire the qualities that you want, because it comes with a lot of time and money spent, and is not always a success.
Yes. And this is a topic that I always like, PhD. So who wants to take on a PhD journey here in the room? After you graduate or after you... Okay, so we have one hand there in the back. One PhD. And also, I think the high schoolers all want PhD. And the PhD there. Okay. So okay, so it's always great also to go on this journey of a PhD, even though you don't see it right now. But if you want to do like deep tech, going beyond state of the art with what is happening now in science, yes, go for a PhD, because innovation, we all think that innovation is like an Eureka moment. You are in a bathtub, you are of course naked in the bathtub, and you are thinking about ideas, and bam, one idea is coming, Eureka, money. If you are, of course, money, cars, women, whatever, what do you want? It doesn't matter. So I think this is the idea that we are living in. But if you are looking for, you can see that always big ideas came from somebody that had some experience in life with that thing, failed, and also or think about the idea. But when we speak about ourselves in the past, we always speak about ourselves that I was in the garden, an apple fall, and I said the gravity. But of course, he was like a very well-known mathematician. He was one of the best physicians and so on. This is how he said gravity. So it's not only like having that idea. Maybe in some industry you can like do a consumer app. When I was in high school, there was a lot of people doing money on these consumer apps, like selling a rock, and he was like selling 1 million rocks for $1. He was like millionaire, and I was, I'm doing high school. What is happening? But after that, going through life, you understand that can be like maybe short-term things that are working, but on the long term, if you want to build something, you need also PhD. So go for PhD because we are in a university. So how hard is to get money for a deep tech startup? And I know we have also a question here, but after that we are going to take the question. So how hard is to get money for a deep tech startup, a startup that takes so long to develop and so on? So also we can have like Jeopardy here. Everybody, I'm here. Listen to me in the back. How hard do you think is to get money for a deep tech startup? We are going to not so hard. Hands up. Not so hard. Medium hard, and hard. Everybody thinks it's hard. What do you think, Marius?
I think it also depends on where you are with your startup as a region in the world. If you are in US and you are building, say, a med tech startup in Silicon Valley, it will be really, really hard. If you are building it in Boston, then it will be easy. So this is what I mean by location. It depends where you are. If you are in Europe, your best chances are in Western Europe. And if you are in Romania, as we are now, then you need to look at all available funding opportunities. If you're a startup that has a lot of research and development, you should look for grants and not investment. And I think this is mainly the case for the whole Europe, that you have this grants mechanism for deep tech startup, where you can access those. And after you eliminated the risk of research, then you look for a pre-seed round in a angel network or venture capital.
So a question for all of you, do you know what grants are? Grants. G-R-A-N-T-S. Grants. Do you know what grants are? Who knows what is a grant? You know. Of course, the researcher knows. You know what is a grant. And all of the others, you don't know what's the grant. Yes? So, Marius, what is a grant?
So usually grants are funding instruments from government. Usually, from my opinion, because I used to manage grants, is the lowest performing funding instrument that you can have, just because it's free money.
Free money, so grants are free money.
Which is, I mean, it's totally wrong to think about it like that.
Okay, so it's totally wrong.
There is no, free money concept does not exist. Every money has a cost. This is something that you should always take into account. How much money does it cost you to get those money? But definitely there are a lot of grants in Europe and also in Romania. So it's a funding mechanism from different ministries that some fund research or development or innovation, some fund, I don't know, economic development, or some funds regional development, or all of that. So depending on what you are developing, you can look for a funding instrument in the grants area that can help you. So yeah.
So there are investor money, but there are also grant money from the government if you are doing R&D. And if you want this topic to understand it more, I don't think it's somebody more.
And I think that another way to fund deep tech startups in the research part is through an industry partner. So if you are developing a new communication technology, then go to Orange and ask them for money, because they will pay for it. They have R&D budgets. If you are doing something that is applicable in the automotive industry, go to Continental, Bosch, Renault, and all of that, because they do have R&D money. This is how they actually grow. And this is something that it's also important for you. If you want to build a tech startup, a deep tech startup, and you don't have the knowledge, the idea, go at the knowledge providers like universities and look through their intellectual property offer, because they develop, this is what they do. Universities are knowledge providers, so they will build intellectual property that they can sell, and you can go and get that. You can pay for it and use it in your product.
Yes, so universities have a purpose. So, yes, a question here.
Yeah, I was curious if we are a deep tech startup, and
you know that this is very subjective, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really count. But okay.
Maybe I'll put you the question afterwards, and we'll talk. Yeah, we try to trigger the people's imagination to buy artworks, books, and visit cultural sites.
Manipulation, you mean?
Somehow,
yeah, okay.
In the good way.
No, that sells. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, we want to. The question was that if we want to train machine learning to learn how to do that, how to trigger this thing in the mind of the people to understand, for example, an artwork.
So the deep tech part here is if you're able to develop the algorithm to actually teach. Used to teach, yes, but if you have the data, you have the knowledge, you have the mathematical algorithm for that, then it's not deep tech. It's already available. No. I don't know if there is or not, but if it's not there and you are developing it now, then yeah, we can call it.
Perfect. So our colleague here is going to trigger our imagination and think that we are almost done. No? Because everybody seems bored. Of us, Marius.
Mainly you.
Okay. Yes, we have another question. Thank you. My friend. We are now friends because you have a question.
All right. So you said that you have an extensive background in engineering, and that got me curious. I'd like to ask, how would you innovate in tech in 2024? What's your approach? how would you discover or create a new technology that can get everyone talking about it in the future, similar to how everyone talks about AI in our day and age?
I think this is a great question. If you are trying to build the next big thing, what you are looking at, and this is something that I try to do every day, and the process that I'm going through, which is good or bad, I don't know, I can just share it with you, is I'm looking at where I am. So I'm in Europe. So what is Europe going to do in the next 10 to 15 years? Look at the European missions. You know, you have climate neutrality, smart cities, I don't know, you have a lot of missions. That can be translated into a lot of money put into that subject. So you'll have one of the components in the ecosystem that you'll need for the next 15 years, you'll have money, okay? Then you look at who can actually provide you with that knowledge. So what are the best universities in Europe that can actually help you with that new technology? And you identify that. Then you are going to look at who can actually buy it from you and at what stage. Are you going to sell it at the intellectual property level? You're going to sell it at the MVP level? You're going to build it and sell it until the end of the market or whatever. So you need to look at all of these components. And I think that this is a great, opens a great discussion on ecosystem and how an ecosystem in Romania can help you build a product, or in Europe. And you need to look at what can the ecosystem around you can offer you to build your product and actually help you shortcut different things. Like Innovation Labs. So Innovation Labs is one of the best pillars that the Romanian ecosystem has, because it will give you knowledge very early, put you in contact with a lot of people, and actually opening your eyes that it's good also to start a business and not to get a job. So this is like one of the ecosystem pillars that Romania has. But you can also look at the universities that are knowledge providers, the people that actually can give you money to start, the other mentorship programs that are available for later stage, or what the government has. Also, regulatory is very important to understand the regulatory of the market that you are going to build your product in, and to see, because in Romania, I know until a few years ago, if you're a programmer, you will have, I know, a tax credit of 15%, I think, which was great, because you could actually pay people more to do the same job. So you can look in Europe or in the world, which country offers that, so I can hire people there, because it's cheaper for me. So this is why government and regulatory is also important. Look at the ecosystem on each pillar to see what they can offer you for your business.
Do we have other questions? Yes, I had also a question in the back. Where is the attendance list? the best. So
no, okay,
yes,
perfect.
yes. So the attendance list is coming.
Yes,
don't worry,
sorry, slow but steady.
Yes.
So we also have a question from online, and we're going to keep it a bit fair. So it's about the classification of the idea project. Our idea relies more on hardware. We develop a bracelet that uses technologies for converting music into vibrations for the deaf. The problem being that they feel excluded from cultural activities. Do you think it could be considered deep tech? If yes, why? If not, why and where does it fit in?
So it's transforming music in vibration?
Yeah, into
So
for for the deaf people. But yeah, continue. Yes.
I don't think so. So I don't think that a haptic engine that can follow a song can be called deep tech. But I think it's a great idea. No, I'm not sure if it's available or not. I think it's a great idea. It's I wouldn't urge them to actually build it, but to build the IP and sell the IP to someone that can actually make the bracelet.
So it'd be more on the lifestyle health part, not on deep tech.
No,
let's say
it's
track.
on the lifestyle for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
great.
imagine when you are in the tram, everybody's listening to music and is shaking. It's very nice. I like it.
Wow.
I like it. No?
I have no other words.
So, other questions? Yes, it's your chance. You have one chance in life. Okay. Oh, yes. You have two chances now.
I'm curious about the thing with the grants, because okay, there are grants that, but now I have seen they are asking to be with an eye on the market somehow. It's is the same thing in deep tech.
Depends on the type of grant that you're applying to. So if you're applying to development and innovation grant, then they will ask you about the market and what they're trying to achieve, how much you want to sell and all of that. But you can also go for a fundamental research grant, where they will ask you what you are trying to develop, how breakthrough it is, what if you have the research capacity, if you have the experience. So this is very important, and I think that you should look at what stage you are in, and then try to get a grant that is kind of developed for that stage where you are in. Because if you're going for innovation grant, then they will ask you about market. It's normal. If you're going for a fundamental research grant, then it's different thing.
And companies have access to fundamental research, or you must go to an
Any
university?
research performing organization have. So if you're going to look at the Romanian legislation, that means that if you have the Cayenne code of R&D in your company, then you are able, and you also have to register the R&D expenses differently in the accounting. So there are a few things that you need to do to be qualified as a research organization, but yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Other questions? So if you have a deep tech, if you have
And
this,
by the way, there
yes,
is
by
a
the
tax credit for
tax credit, yes.
yeah, for research organizations. So yeah.
it's tax credit is yes around 8% of what you are investing in R&D. You can deduct from your income, and then the profit is, of course, it's 8% less than. Okay, so we have one going. So this is
We're okay because we're 2 minutes to.
this is our queue. So
Yeah.
yes, you can if you have money, and if you want researchers to work for your deep tech, you can come always to the universities and put your professors to work for you and develop your deep tech startup. So University Polytechnica can do this. All the university can do this as they are knowledge providers. So do we have any other questions? Yes, we have a question here. My second friend.
Your third.
Thank you. So I was wondering, we have seen a lot of big tech companies. Some are even valued in the top 10, I think, in the world by market cap. I was wondering, what are the key takeaways that all of us might be able to take on from them, what they did right, and how might we be able to implement that for ourselves?
So there are some books that I can try to send the titles, and maybe you'll be interested in reading them. But the main thing that you need to know is that Apple, Google, Amazon, they all started with government grants. So they never say that, but this is true. So they all started with funds from the National Science Foundation in the US or different other grant providers. So they didn't, that the family and friends thing happened later in their life.
So fun fact, Google was a PhD thesis transformed into a company. So also Stanford, I think they took like 800 million or something when they sold Google.
So I went to get this kind of knowledge about how to commercialize research because I was not able to get it in Romania. I went to Cambridge for it. And now I get their yearly reports. So they sent back to the Cambridge University 22 billion pounds last year from their commercialized research. So all that money went back into the researchers that actually developed the technologies. This is why I'm telling you that it's also a way to to build, products.
Yes. So stay for a PhD and you are going to invent Google. At Polytechnica.
Reinvent Google.
I hope at Polytechnica. So I think it's our last minute. This is the gold minute. If you have any questions now or forever shut down, you know how it's called. No. Yes, I have a question here from another friend. So the last question.
In this, for starting a deep tech startup, how do you identify market needs in this world when everything is already, almost everything has already been invented? So,
I think it's similar to the question that I received earlier. You look at the future trends, or you look at the biggest needs of the humanity. Look at what the World Economic Forum is asking about. Give me a technology to be able to, make clean water in, some parts of the world. That's an ask that can be huge. Easily solved with deep tech. No, definitely not. So deep tech, it's using knowledge that doesn't exist yet to solve a real issue. This is why it takes time and a lot of money to be developed.
Perfect. Thank you. So for the live feedback, who understood anything that we said here? Okay, so we are good to go. So thank you, all of you. Perfect.